Hello, hey Torrin, who's that? Taryn Thompson here from Christchurch, New Zealand, and tonight I'm going to be covering a topic, and it is specifically how to lose 5 kilos in 30 days, even if you have given all of your energy away and you've passed that right on to your family and you've got absolutely nothing left for yourself. So guys, if that is you, then welcome to tonight's Facebook Live. I'm super excited to share this with you tonight because it comes from a very special place in my heart, being a mum of one. And, I figure if I can get this sorted at one, surely that's duplicatable. If you're a parent and you're online tonight and you're wanting to hear how I did this and how I have helped other parents do this very same thing, then tonight is definitely for you. Look, there was a time when Ollie, he's my son, when he was very small, he was a baby, and me and my sister-in-law, Nicole, we would, go off to a cafe and, Ollie would be in my front pack and we'd chill out and spend a lot of time together at cafes. Now, after some time, those mochaccino's started to add up, and so I really had to, pull the reins in on there because definitely, mochaccino calories do add up when you spend as much time in a cafe as I did with a newborn. Then, as Ollie started to get left out, hey Fliss, hey, good to see you. Hey Nat, good to see you too. Thanks for coming on and supporting. So as Ollie got older, then there was the whole, all right, I've got a half of everything to finish off. He would have half of a muffin left over, half a sandwich left over, and it was just, as a new mum, it was easy to just finish off what he was eating, and this was another habit that I had picked up that I did not have before. Then, so much of the day would get filled up with other just stuff that was taking way higher priority as a parent than my own body and health and energy, and I was just giving all this energy away to making sure that the household ran as smoothly as possible and that Ollie got everything that he needed. And so by the end of the day, I haven't eaten a proper meal for dinner. I've probably snacked, and then dinner would end up being so late I'd be starving, and I'd just eat either whatever was the fastest that I could get in my mouth, or if dinner was prepared and it was a good meal, then I would way overeat. So you could see that when I became a parent, just a lot of the habits I'd had before made a shift, and it was just having to check in on that and make sure that I could, adjust to my new life and get my body back. And so if that's you, if you're a parent and things aren't like how they used to be, and you're trying to figure out how it is that you can quickly get rid of 5 in a 30-day period of time, then you're in the right place. So stress in general tends to lead to eating more, and for those of you who find that that's not the case and you eat less, well, lucky for you for a period of time, but at some point it's going to catch up with you. So I'm going to give you 3 things that I did to lose 5 kilos in 30 days during a period of time when my stress levels were at their highest and I had hardly any time at all for myself. So the first thing that I did was I ate 5 times a day. Now, before I could even begin to think about weight loss, I had to make sure that I could get in at least 3 proper meals a day. I'm talking 3 knife and fork meals at the very least. Ideally, what I wanted was 4, and maybe then on top of those 4 meals, a couple of snacks. So that was just for general health. We're not talking about weight loss here. I should have been getting in that just for general health, and it's also required for weight maintenance. Let's just get on the same page about that. But if I wasn't able to get in at least 3 knife and fork meals, then there was no way that losing weight was going to be a viable goal for me to set. So if that wasn't the case, I would have been, first of all, nutrient deficient. There's a base level of protein that my body would have needed, just, busy mum, busy woman, and there is a certain amount of vegetables that is required just for good health, and there's a certain amount of eating that just is required. And if you can't get that, then you're dealing with other things like hangry. Try and parent when you're hangry. It's probably not going to work out that well for you. Try and parent when you don't have much energy and you're running on your very last reserves because you've passed all that energy and love on, and you haven't left anything for yourself. Try and make good decisions about what you're going to eat when that's the situation and you haven't had at least 3 proper meals in the day. And so what would happen is that would lead to overeating. It would lead to being real grumpy at Ollie. It would lead to picking at his food, finishing off of half of whatever he'd eaten. And so a strategy that I implemented when stress levels were at their highest was I took those 4 to 5 meals and I replaced 2 of them with shakes. Now, this honestly had to have been a no-brainer. And it had been a strategy that I had tried in the past, but apparently it differs from shake brand to shake brand. And so incorporating in shakes into my life made getting in like some proper meals, that I hit my protein requirements, that I was getting enough nutrients in just for my brain to function. It then made it viable for me to actually set a weight loss goal. If I couldn't do that, then everything else was out of the question. So whatever it is that you're evaluating at the moment, whatever kind of way of eating, whatever diet, whatever way you want to bring in, whatever strategies you're evaluating right now, to lose 5 kilos in 30 days, you've got to make sure that at the very least you're finding some way of getting in 3 substantial meals, ideally 4, and or 2 snacks. 2 to 3 snacks even. Bringing in that regular eating is just going to help to evenly disperse your calories over the course of the day. So that was what I did. I used shakes. Now, not just any shakes. I had to make sure that they were gluten-free because I'm celiac, and I had to make sure that they were soy-free because, when you know as much about hormone issues as what I've had, then soy is definitely something you want to keep out or to a very, very minimal level in your diet. And also, because of the whole celiac thing, dairy-free needed to be an option. So I needed to find a shake that had everything that I needed in it, including the protein, including the nutrients, that was soy-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free. Thank the Lord, I managed to find that. So that's what I did. I ate 5 times a day and replaced 2 of those with shakes. All right, the second thing that I did to lose 5 kilos in 30 days and make sure that what I was doing was able to be done in a situation where I had super low energy. Now, I want to just paint a little bit more of a picture for you about how low energy I was here. I was so run down that when I would go to the gym, it was taking me way too many days to recover. Honestly, like the amount of exercise that I could do and recover from was so minimal, it was ridiculous. I was at a state of adrenal fatigue, if you know what that is. I had a real rough 2017. Ollie had gotten sick. It was stressful as hell. When I got back to it and could start to put some thought into helping my body, I was like running on E. I was running on total empty. So what I did is I exercised less. Now that might seem like a bit of an anomaly to you, because if you're anything like me and you want to lose 5 kilos in 30 days, then you're probably thinking you need to exercise more. Now, the thing about this is that exercise is a stressor. Now, if you caught my last Facebook Live that I did, I was sharing that your body doesn't recognize the difference between different stresses. So it doesn't know the difference between stress from work or stress from looking after kids, or stress from a relationship, or from a deadline, or from the gym or exercise. It doesn't distinguish the difference. Stress is just stress. And so I had to look at how my body was operating and go, well, if I add stress to an already stressed out environment, what the hell good is that going to do? And so I actually reduced my exercise right down. I had come from doing high intensity interval training plus weights plus cardio from a keto situation, And all of that kind of exercises, you know, it's not ideal in a keto type environment, but I was pretty determined to give anything a go. And anyhow, so I dropped my exercise down to twice a week. Now, the other thing that does is in exercising only twice a week, it made me be real intentional about the kind of exercise that I was doing. And so I did weight training. Now, I only did 30 minutes of weight training, and it wasn't real high intensity because remember, my body wasn't recovering very well. So twice a week and for 30 minutes only. And after the 30 days, when my body was in a hell of a lot better condition, I increased that to 3. And so I actually significantly reduced my exercise. What this does is it allowed me to not get real hungry as well, which meant that I could stick to my eating plan. Because I'm telling you right now, like 80% of results are happening from whatever it is that you're doing in the kitchen. You know, exercise is great, but it also can make you really hungry. And if we can assume that if you've got weight to lose, there's already a problem with the way your body deals with stress, then it's really not a great idea to, if on top of that, your energy is so depleted from what's been given away to your family, to add in a lot of exercise on top of that. So I reduced my exercise to twice a week. I ate 5 times a day. I replaced 2 of the meals that I was eating per day with a gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free shake. Okay, so those are the 2 things that I did. Here's the third. I introduced a 24 and up to 48-hour nutritional fast for 2 days out of a week. Okay, so 2 days a week, 4 times over the course of that 30 days. And it was a supported nutritional fast. And yes, when I did 48 hours, I did them back to back. So yeah, I did a fast for 2 days. And you might be thinking, seriously? Like, how is that even possible? Well, that's the difference between doing an intermittent fast and a nutritionally supported fast. It makes it possible for a person to be able to fast for longer than what you may think is humanly possible. And trust me, if you know me well, you know I love my food. It doesn't matter how I look, there's a little fatty inside of me and she'll never die. So I did a 24 and 48 hour fast and up to 48 hour fast once a week for 4 weeks. Now, I had done intermittent fasting before. I had actually religiously followed a keto diet for 9 months, and I had gotten some results, yes, but I found it really, really difficult to meal prep that. That was the biggest challenge. And man, it felt like a lifestyle that I would not be able to adhere to long term. And I think it was partially responsible for me getting to where I did in terms of my recovery because of the kind of exercise not really being supported by keto. So intermittent fasting for 2 days. How does a nutritional supported fast look? Well, it's no meals for 48 hours, but snacks. So I'm actually fasted today, right? So you might be thinking, seriously, how are you up at, what even time is it? Something past 9, doing a Facebook Live with all that energy. Well, I'm telling you, when you do a nutritionally supported fast, you're not having snacks, but every hour, you're not having meals, but every hour you get to have something. It makes it viable for the average person who has no dieting experience, is terrified of being hungry, is anxious about being hungry, is anxious about being able to stick to it. It makes it doable. So what I did is I start off the morning with a tea, a cleansed tea, which I talked about in my previous Facebook Live. And then I have a little snack, which looks like a chewable vitamin, but it's literally just enough calories and amino acids to keep your blood sugar levels stable so that I'm not losing my crap and getting hungry or being irritable or trying to rope Ollie into getting his A into G in the morning so he can get off to kindy, right? And then in the next hour, I would have a little chocolate, which is again fortified with amino acids. And I'm sure that this helps with muscle preservation in that fasted state. And then the following hour, I would have another cleansed tea, followed by another hour having some, again, protein-based crackery type of snack. and then an hour after that having something else, and an hour after that having something else, and an hour after that having a tea, and so on. And so it's like this for a day. Now the total calories is under 500, and the amount of calories that are coming in at one time are so minimal, it's literally just there to keep my blood sugar levels stable so that I could continue on with what needed to be done in a day. So I could continue to work and get what I needed to get done in the day. So I could continue to parent and provide what Ollie needed to him in the day. You know, I could still do stuff. So these are the 3 things that I did for the 30 days to get that result. And it was awesome. And I would highly recommend it to any parent, any mother, any father. You know, Nick followed suit, and you know, he used those same 3 strategies as he saw me getting results and managing to fit it in. It gave me more energy. I was able to get results in my body that I had not been able to get before. I'd managed to lose weight lots of times before, but I hadn't been able to hadn't been able to lose the cellulite off of my butt and my legs before, which is totally like the most frustrating thing when you're post baby. So if you're a mum and you have not been able to get rid of a cellulite problem, or your stomach is just not looking like how it used to look before you were a mum, you know, it's incredibly annoying, but at the same time, it's just the way that it is, and you've got to make sure that whatever strategies that you are implementing can help you feel really, really good about yourself. And so those are the 3 things that I did. I ate 5 times a day, swapped out 2 of the meals that I was eating with gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free. They're actually vegan shakes. And I exercised twice a week for 30 minutes doing weight training. And I did an intermittent or nutritional fast for 24 and up to 48 hours for 2 days a week for the 4 weeks. Okay, and that's how I did it. Totally doable, have helped plenty of women get the exact same result as I did, sometimes more, and also men too, just in case there are any dads who are watching this as well. So I had a question that came from a previous Facebook Live I did, and I think I'll just address it here. So one of the questions I had from the Facebook Live I did on the intermittent fast was, how do I like to fast? And so when I started off with what I would call a 2-2-5-2. So that means that for 2 days I ate those 5 times a day, and then for 2 days I did the cleanse or the nutritional fast, so that 48 hours, and then for 5 days after that I ate 5 times a day, and then the following 2 days I did another double or intermittent fast for 48 hours. So 2, 2, 5, and 2. That's what I started with. That's what I recommend everyone starts with, to just kick the body into gear, to allow the body to detoxify real efficiently, to allow your body to get at those fat stores, but also do a dump in excess fluid and all that puffiness, and to lower inflammation, all that good stuff. So 2-2-5-2 is how I like to start. Okay, I'm going to end it off there. If you guys have got any questions, shoot them through. I can see, Dan, thanks for the feedback. Great explanation. Yeah, well, I try. Thanks for your feedback. E-shots get me through in the afternoons. Yeah, look, a little bit of some adaptogens and some herbs with some natural caffeine, like from sources of green tea and things like that, and rhodiola. Super, super helpful when you are doing a fast. Okay, so I'm going to tune out there, guys. If you're interested to learn more about the system that I use, let me know. If you want to have a go at implementing those 3 strategies that I talked about tonight, and you want to run anything by me privately, feel free to send me a private message. I'm happy to help you out. Okay, on that note, thanks for your support, and I will see you guys on the next Facebook Live, where I will address another topic on Thursday night. I will see you all then. Catch you later.